911 failed our family in the city of Winnipeg miserably.
The brother of a restaurateur who died following an altercation outside of his restaurant is calling for better emergency response times after he says his brother could be alive today if care arrives sooner. With photos of his brother lined up in front of him, Michael Voyajakis wonders why his brother Kyrikos Voyajakis did not receive emergency care sooner.
My brother was on the street for 25 minutes without care. My brother's gone, and we can't bring him back. But there's other citizens in the city that need 911, and they need to be there for us when we call them.
Winnipeg police say they were called to the 3100 block of Portage Avenue where the Cork and Flame restaurant is around 5:30 p.m. on January 24th for the incident. When City News reached out to the Winnipeg Police Service Tuesday as to when crews arrived, they declined to comment. The City of Winnipeg tells City News that a WFPS fire truck and a firefighter paramedic on board arrived on scene at 5:42 p.m., but they were only allowed to enter the scene around 5:49 p.m. because they first had to get confirmation from police that it was safe for them to do so. The city says an ambulance arrived on scene at 5:55 p.m., but a second one was needed and arrived at 5:58 p.m. because of another medical emergency at the same location. Voyajakis alleges a second ambulance had to be called in due to the first one not having a working defibrillator.
Shouldn't 911 check their equipment before they leave the station?
The city said in its statement that they, quote, can confirm that all equipment used at the scene that day was operating correctly. Voyajakis is also blaming the criminal justice system for not handing down stiffer penalties against the accused in the case of his brother's death.
It's easy to understand the frustration that people can have sometimes, particularly when there is a person who is on bail who then goes on to commit another offense. But the alternative to that, the only way to ensure that that never happens is to imprison, to lock up every person who is ever accused of a crime. And I don't think very many people would agree that that's a reasonable way to proceed.
The community was with us that day. It's too bad 911 wasn't there in the court system.
In Winnipeg, Edward Djan, City News.